Do teachers have probable cause or cause for reason or any justification or justifiable reason to go to a house of a student of theirs? I don't know. It doesn't seem kosher. That's just the question. Like, do they have a right? Do they have any cause to do so? And the reason why I'm asking is, like, is it appropriate? There was a show, which I'm sure a good amount of people know, called Everybody Hates Chris. And Everybody Hates Chris is a show inspired by the childhood of comedian Chris Rock. And, of course, every episode is about, oh, this happened, but let's exaggerate a little bit, or, let's make it comedic, things like that. There's this one episode where guest star Orlando Jones comes in. And Orlando Jones is a brilliant actor. He's played in films such as Double Take, Primeval, Evolution. He's played in The Time Machine. He's even done a remarkable job at playing the African trickster, a Nazi, in Star's hit show, or what was a hit show, American Gods. He did such an awesome job. I wish he would have continued playing for a Nazi, but due to all kind of unforeseen reasons and a lot of controversial things with the network, however he is no longer with American Gods, and it got canceled. Good show. But he played a character in an episode of Everybody Hates Chris. I cannot remember if the regular teacher that Chris had, was either on vacation or retired or something. But for whatever reason, Orlando Jones replaces or substitutes that teacher's place. And so Chris, was like, all right, whatever. He starts to feel that the teacher has it out for him, basically giving him hell, trying to all up in his grill, as well he would say. And he doesn't like it. And at one point, the teacher pulls him aside and tells him about an upcoming test. Goes, do you know how important this test is? You need to buckle down and take this seriously. And Chris is like, what does it matter about the test, blah, blah, blah. And basically the teacher threatens, oh, if you don't pass this test, I will be sure to make sure you get held back 1 more year. And so forth and so forth. Chris, of course, doesn't like that. So he and his pal plan a way to get this teacher off. So meaning if the teacher's gone, he doesn't have to take the test, and therefore the risk of being held back a year is off the table. So they make it seem like the teacher is to be transferred to a different school or something like that. And it seems like the plan worked, and therefore he doesn't have to take the test, and that he feels like he's scot-free. Sometime later, a knock on the door at his apartment or his house comes, and he opens the door. It's the teacher, and basically the teacher's there going, hello, Chris, I'm here to give you the test. Chris goes, you're not my teacher anymore, and I don't have to take that test. You're not supposed to be here. So his mom comes in and goes, what's going on? The teacher introduces himself, and Chris says, well, he's not my teacher anymore. There's no reason for me to take this test, blah, blah, blah. And, you can see the mom's like, yeah, you're right, but, okay. It's an inappropriate situation, unconventional circumstance, but you know what? Take the test and get over it. Just take the test. Of course, he passes. He passes the test and doesn't get held back and things like that. So my question is, was that appropriate to do? I mean, reality is, if a test needs to be taken, a test needs to be taken in school. This isn't like, what's happening now, with online schooling or homeschooling with a tutor and things like that. But is that appropriate? Does a teacher have any reason to go to a student's house and do anything with schoolwork? I mean, I've experienced where I had a friend of mine where our teacher was friends with their mom. I've even had a teacher who happened to be related to my friend. I believe they were an aunt or an uncle, they were family, they were related to them. That I understand. I even knew I knew one person whose mother was friends with the teacher because that was uh, their sister-in-law. So those reasons are understandable because that's family. There's a reason that's family, that's friends. Okay, I don't know. To me, being who I am, I feel like it's a little inappropriate for. Not saying that the mom or the dad can't be friends with the teacher. It's just I think it's a little inappropriate to have the teacher in the student's house because what if that teacher gave that kid a living hell? Like, come on, and now they're gossiping about you. I don't know. Do that somewhere else. That's just me. But in all seriousness, does a teacher have probable cause? I don't know if that's the correct terms to use, but do they have a justifiable reason to go to a student's house to make them take a test or homework? If that's something to do with school, why isn't that done in school? Better yet, why not call the parent and ask, hey, this is something that needs to be done ASAP. Do I have your permission to come over for your son or daughter who's a student of mine to take the test? Is that okay? That's different. I mean, you're not coming to the house unannounced because in that show, the teacher came unannounced. Is one thing like, okay, to check up on the student, because I know in Australia, the teacher does have cause to go check up on the student, especially when they have missed a certain amount of days. So that I understand, but then again, it's more, there's steps to take with that. But does a teacher have the right to go to a student's house, place of home, whatever you call it, to take anything that does with schoolwork? And if so, then how come? What can I say? If so, just let me know. I don't know what else. I don't know what I was going to go through, but if they do have a right, let me know. If not, also let me know. Because I personally, I don't feel they have a right. Now, unless it's like a wellness check, like, okay, they think something's up with the child. Okay, the child has not gone to school. The child is obviously in an environment that is not okay. Let me go see first. That I can understand, but again, there's steps to that. However, that's the only reason that I would think is a reasonable reason, is, things like that. But let me know, because I truly don't think so. I don't think so. If it has anything to do with school or anything, why don't you call the parent, have them go to school, and have them take the test if they need to be. I don't know. That's just me.